What do you know about the power of rejection and my divine selection? Throughout the Bible, I have shown that my choice stands firm, even when the world turns its back. Consider David, the youngest of Jesse's sons. Men overlooked him, even his own family didn't see his potential, but I chose him to be king. In 1 Samuel 16, I showed you that my selection goes beyond what humans see or think. David faced rejection, but my hand was upon him. I had already chosen him long before others could recognize it. Welcome, my beloved, to this sacred moment where I speak directly to your heart. Today, I want to address something that affects so many of you: rejection. You've faced it, haven't you? Yet, I need you to understand something deeply. Despite the rejection you've encountered, I have chosen you. See, throughout my word, you'll find countless examples of those who were dismissed by the world but embraced by me. If you've ever felt like you don't belong, or that you've been cast aside, know that my choice of you remains. I have set you apart for a purpose, and nothing anyone says or does can change that. Before we go deeper into this message, I invite you to stay connected with this channel, God's Divine Message, so you never miss an opportunity to hear my voice and be strengthened by my word. Tap that notification bell so you'll be reminded each time I have something new to share with you. Now, let's continue together and discover the peace, confidence, and hope that flows from knowing that you are, and always have been, chosen by me. Imagine standing at the shore of a vast sea. Waves of rejection crash upon you, growing louder and stronger, each one carrying the sting of disappointment, the weight of not being enough, or the ache of being left out. In moments like these, you may feel invisible, lost among the crowd, unnoticed by the world around you. But I, the Lord your God, see you. And I want you to know this truth: I have chosen you. You are not forgotten. Before the foundations of the earth were laid, before you took your first breath, I knew you. I formed you with intention, with purpose. The world may try to convince you otherwise, telling you that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough. But hear my voice over all of those lies. I chose you, yes you, for such a time as this. Even as the doors of opportunity seem to close in your face, and people walk away without reason, my arms are open wide, ready to receive you. The sting of rejection may feel like a personal attack, a verdict on your worth. But it is not. The enemy would have you believe that rejection means you are unloved or unwanted. But I tell you, it is in these moments of rejection that my love shines brightest. I am with you, even when the world turns its back. I chose you not because of what you could offer, but because of who you are, my beloved child. When rejection whispers its lies in your ear, reminding you of your failures or your shortcomings, stand firm in this. My choosing you is not based on your perfection, but on my love. Nothing can separate you from my love, not the opinions of others, not the failures of your past, and certainly not the feeling of rejection. I see beyond the surface. I see your heart, your struggles, and your desire to be loved. And I say to you now, you are not forgotten. You are chosen. Take a moment to pause and let that sink in. Reflect on what it means to be chosen by the Creator of the universe. While others may overlook you, I have never taken my eyes off you. While others may reject you, I have embraced you with a love that is eternal and unshakable. You are my masterpiece, crafted with care and precision. When you feel lost or abandoned, remember that I am right beside you, guiding you, holding you, and reminding you that you are mine. The world is quick to reject what it does not understand. It judges by appearances, by outward successes, by standards that shift with time and culture. You may have experienced this rejection firsthand. The job you didn't get, the relationship that ended unexpectedly, the community that made you feel like an outsider. These moments of rejection are painful, but they are not the final word. I have the final word, and my word is this: I accept you. You see, the world is limited in its perspective. It cannot see the full picture of who you are, who you were created to be. But I see it all. I see your beginning, your middle, and your end. I see the person I designed you to become, even when the world doesn't. And while the world may cast you aside for not meeting its standards, I embrace you fully, just as you are. My acceptance is not based on your achievements or failures. It is based on my love, which is unchanging. There will always be voices in the world that tell you that you're not enough, that you don't measure up to society's expectations. But I want you to listen to my voice, the voice of the one who made you. You are enough because I am enough. You don't have to strive for the world's approval when you already have my acceptance. Think of my son, Jesus. He was rejected by the very people he came to save. The world did not recognize the greatness within him, but that did not change who he was or the mission I had given him. In the same way, your value is not diminished by the world's rejection. Your identity is found in me, and in me alone. I have accepted you into my family. You are a part of something eternal, something far greater than the temporary rejections of this world. When the world says you don't belong, remember that I have given you a place in my kingdom, a seat at my table. You are my child and nothing can take that away. So, when you face rejection, hold your head high. You are accepted by the one whose opinion truly matters. Rejection often feels like the end of the road, like a door has been slammed shut with no hope of ever opening again. But I want you to understand this. Rejection is not the end of your story. In fact, it is often the beginning of something greater. When one door closes, I am already preparing another to open. Rejection is not the final chapter. It is a redirection. You may feel that rejection defines you, that it has the power to dictate your future. But I tell you, it does not. I am the author of your life, and I write beautiful stories from what seems like defeat. When you are rejected by others, it is often because I have something better in store for you. You may not see it now, but trust me, your story is far from over. Consider Joseph, who was rejected by his own brothers and sold into slavery. To the world, it looked like his life was over. But I had a greater plan. Through the pain of rejection, I positioned Joseph to rise to power and fulfill his destiny. His rejection became the very tool I used to bring about my purpose for his life. In the same way, the rejection you face today is not meant to break you but to build you. It is shaping you, preparing you for the greater things I have planned. Do not despair when doors close in your face. Instead, look to me and trust that I am guiding you through every twist and turn. What feels like a setback is often a setup for something extraordinary. I am weaving a masterpiece out of the threads of your life, and every rejection is a part of that tapestry. I use everything for good, even the moments that feel painful and confusing. So, do not be discouraged. Rejection is not the end of your story, it is simply a chapter, and I am still writing. You are not like everyone else. I have set you apart for a specific purpose. The rejection you face may be a sign that you do not fit into the world's mold, and that is a good thing. You were not created to blend in, you were created to stand out. The path I have laid out for you is unique. The world may try to shape you into its image, pressuring you to conform, but I have set you apart for something greater. You are not here by accident. You are not a random piece in the puzzle of life. I designed you with intention and purpose, and your life is a vital part of my divine plan. Think of it this way: gold is refined in the fire. It must endure intense heat to remove the impurities, to bring out its full brilliance. In the same way, the challenges you face, especially the sting of rejection, are not meant to destroy you but to refine you. Through this process, I am shaping you into the person I created you to be. There are lessons to be learned, growth to be gained, and strength to be built through every trial. You may feel the pressure to be like everyone else, to fit in with the crowd. But I remind you, my child, you are set apart. You are not meant to follow the path that others walk. I have called you to something distinct, something that requires courage and faith. You may not always understand why you face certain difficulties or why doors close, but trust that I am guiding you on a path that leads to the fulfillment of your purpose. Being set apart means that you will not always be understood by others. People may question your choices, your values, and your faith. But do not be discouraged by their opinions. My thoughts toward you are higher than any human opinion. I see your heart and I know your desires. Even when others reject you, know that I am for you, and if I am for you, who can stand against you? My word declares that you are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, my own special possession. You are set apart not just for any purpose, but for my purpose. I have plans for you that go beyond what you can imagine, plans to give you hope and a future. Hold on to that truth, especially when you feel out of place or misunderstood. Your uniqueness is your strength, and I will use it to accomplish great things through you. So stand tall in the knowledge that you are chosen, set apart, and loved by the one who holds the universe in his hands. When the world rejects you, it is simply an affirmation that you are walking a different path, a path that leads to me. You are set apart for a reason, and I will fulfill my purpose in your life. The rejection you experience may feel overwhelming, but I want you to know something powerful. No amount of rejection can cancel my plan for your life. My purposes are not thwarted by the opinions of others, by closed doors, or by setbacks. What I have spoken over your life will come to pass, no matter what obstacles stand in the way. My word does not return void. When you face rejection, it can feel like a roadblock, like everything you've worked for has come crashing down. But in my kingdom, rejection is never the final answer. It is merely a detour on the way to the fulfillment of my plan. I am the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. When one door closes, I can open another. When people turn their backs on you, I am still working behind the scenes, orchestrating events for your good. Remember the story of Moses. He faced rejection not only from Pharaoh but also from his own people at times. Yet I still fulfilled my plan through him. Despite the challenges, despite the opposition, I used him to lead my people to freedom. In the same way, no rejection you face can stop what I have planned for you. It may seem like progress has stalled, but I am always working, always moving, and always leading you toward your destiny. I know it's hard to see beyond the pain of rejection in the moment. It can cloud your vision, making it difficult to see the bigger picture. But trust that I am working all things together for your good. The setbacks you face are not permanent. They are temporary delays that I will use to strengthen you, to teach you, and to prepare you for the next step. The enemy may try to use rejection to make you doubt my goodness, to make you question whether my promises still stand. But my promises are unshakable. What I have planned for you, I will accomplish. Not even the forces of hell can stop what I have set into motion. My plan for your life is unstoppable, and no rejection, no failure, no setback can change that. So do not be discouraged when rejection comes. Instead, see it as an opportunity to trust me more deeply. See it as a sign that I am moving you closer to the fulfillment of my promises. I am still working even when you cannot see it. Trust in my plan, for it is greater than anything you could imagine. So often, my beloved, you allow the opinions of others to shape how you see yourself. Rejection from those around you can lead you to question your worth, your abilities, and even your purpose. But I call you today to shift your gaze from the shifting sands of human opinion to the solid rock of my truth. Your identity is not found in what others say about you. It is found in who I say you are. You are my child, created in my image, fearfully and wonderfully made. The world may try to define you by your achievements, your appearance, or your popularity, but these things are fleeting. They do not determine your value. Your worth comes from me, and I have declared you priceless. The opinions of others may rise and fall, but my love for you remains constant. When you allow others to define your identity, you build your life on a foundation that can crumble at any moment. People are flawed, and their judgments are imperfect. They may see only a fraction of who you are, and they may misjudge your heart. But I see the whole picture. I know you fully inside and out, and I love you with an everlasting love. Do not let the sting of rejection lead you to believe that you are unworthy or unloved. Instead, turn to me and let me remind you of who you are. You are chosen, cherished, and accepted in my sight. I call you beloved, and nothing can change that. Not rejection, not failure, not the opinions of others. You are mine, and that is the truest thing about you. When you root your identity in me, you become unshakable. The winds of rejection may blow, but you will stand firm because your foundation is in me. You do not need the approval of others to know that you are valuable. You already have my approval. You are already accepted in the beloved. So, my child, let go of the need for validation from others. Find your identity in me. Let my word define who you are, and let my love be the measure of your worth. You are more than enough because I am more than enough. Rejection may come, but it cannot take away the truth of who you are in me. Rejection leaves wounds, deep ones that are often hidden beneath the surface. You may carry these wounds with you, trying to mask the pain with busyness, success, or even pretending that everything is okay. But I see the hurt that lingers in your heart. I see the scars left by words that cut deep, by relationships that ended without explanation, by dreams that seemed to shatter before your eyes. Today, I am inviting you to bring those wounds to me, for I am the healer. I understand your pain. Jesus, my son, experienced the ultimate rejection on the cross. He was despised, rejected, and forsaken by the very people he came to save. Yet, through that rejection, I brought about the greatest act of love and redemption the world has ever seen. If I can turn the rejection of my son into something so beautiful, know that I can bring healing and restoration to your heart as well. You do not need to carry the weight of rejection alone. You do not need to hide the pain or pretend that it doesn't affect you. Come to me with your wounds, lay them at my feet, and allow me to bind them up with my love. I am the great physician, and there is no wound too deep for me to heal. Healing takes time, but I am with you every step of the way. I will not rush the process, but I will walk with you through it. As you allow me to heal your heart, you will begin to see rejection not as a source of pain, but as an opportunity for growth. You will see how I use even the most difficult experiences to shape you into the person I have called you to be. Forgiveness is also a part of the healing process. Those who have rejected you may not deserve your forgiveness, but I call you to forgive, not for their sake, but for yours. Holding on to bitterness only keeps the wounds open. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to healing. As you forgive those who have hurt you, you make room for my healing power to flow into your life. Trust me with your wounds, my child. I am the God who heals. Let me transform your pain into something beautiful. Let me restore your heart and make you whole again. You are not defined by the rejection you have faced. You are defined by my love, and in my love, you will find the healing you need. My beloved, do not be dismayed by the rejection you face in life. I know it feels painful in the moment, but I am here to tell you that rejection is not the end of your story. It's merely a stepping stone on the path to something greater. Every no you encounter, every door that closes, every person who turns away from you, these are not signs of defeat but signals that I am redirecting you towards something better, something you may not yet see. Remember Joseph, my faithful servant. He was rejected by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and falsely accused. It seemed like everything was falling apart for him, but I had a greater plan at work. What appeared to be rejection was actually a series of divine appointments. Through every trial, I was positioning Joseph for a place of influence, so that he could not only save his family but an entire nation. In the same way, the rejections you face today are not meant to harm you. They are part of my divine plan to lead you toward the purpose I have for you. The doors that close are not a sign of failure, but a sign that I have something greater in store. You may not understand why certain opportunities slip through your fingers, but trust that I see the bigger picture. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. Sometimes what looks like rejection is actually protection. You may not realize it now, but there are places, people, and opportunities that are not meant for you. I am protecting you from what could derail you, even when it feels like a setback. The relationships that ended, the jobs that didn't work out, the dreams that seemed delayed. Trust that I am working in all these things for your good. Your story is not over. Every rejection is part of the preparation process. I am molding you, refining you, and equipping you for what lies ahead. Do not focus on the doors that have closed. Instead, keep your eyes on me. I am the one who opens doors no one can shut. When the time is right, I will lead you to the opportunities that are meant for you, and no rejection can stop what I have planned. I want you to know that you are on a divine trajectory. Every obstacle, every rejection, every challenge is pushing you closer to the purpose I have for you. Embrace the journey even when it seems difficult, because I am with you every step of the way. My hand is guiding you, and I will never lead you astray. Trust that even in the midst of rejection, I am setting the stage for something far greater than you can imagine. My precious child, hear this truth today. My acceptance of you is eternal and unshakable. I want you to rest in the assurance that no matter how many times you face rejection in this world, my acceptance of you will never waver. People may come and go. Their opinions may change, but my love and acceptance are constant and unchanging. I chose you before the foundations of the earth. I knit you together in your mother's womb, and I have loved you with an everlasting love. My acceptance of you is not based on your performance, your achievements, or the opinions of others. It is based on my love, my grace, and my purpose for your life. You are mine, and nothing can change that. In this world, people often seek acceptance from others, trying to fit in or meet certain standards. But I want you to know that you don't have to strive for my acceptance. You already have it. You are fully known and fully loved by me. When others reject you, it may hurt, but it does not diminish your worth. My love for you is far greater than any human rejection. You are accepted in my family, and that is the highest honor. Remember, my son, Jesus, was rejected by many during his time on earth. He was despised and rejected, yet he fulfilled his purpose perfectly. If rejection could not stop him from accomplishing my will, it will not stop you either. The rejection you face is momentary, but my acceptance is eternal. So stand tall in the knowledge that you are accepted by the Creator of the universe. Let that truth be your foundation. When the world turns its back on you, remember that I am always here, arms open wide, ready to receive you. You don't need the approval of others to validate your worth. My approval is all you need, and you already have it. Do not let rejection define you. Let my acceptance be your identity. I have called you by name, and you are mine. Nothing can separate you from my love, not rejection, not failure, not anything else in all creation. My acceptance of you is complete, and it is enough. In the moments when rejection feels overwhelming, when you feel abandoned, misunderstood, or forgotten, I want you to remember one thing. You are never alone. Even in the darkest moments of rejection, my presence is with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. When the world turns its back on you, I remain by your side. When people walk away, I stay. I am your constant companion, your faithful friend, your loving father. In the quiet, in the solitude, in the pain, I am there. You do not walk this path of rejection alone. My spirit is with you, comforting you, strengthening you, and reminding you of the truth. You are loved, you are valued, and you are never abandoned. Jesus, my son, experienced the ultimate rejection, not only from the people around him, but even from those closest to him. Yet in his darkest hour, he entrusted himself to me, and I raised him to glory. In the same way, I am with you in your moments of rejection, and I will lift you up. What seems like defeat will not have the final word. My presence is your guarantee that you will rise above the pain. Do not let rejection isolate you from me. In your pain, come closer to me. In your moments of doubt, lean into my love. I am your refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. When the world rejects you, my arms are open, ready to embrace you. My presence is a shield around you, and my love is your refuge. Remember, my beloved, that my presence is not just with you in times of joy and success. I am with you in the valley, in the heartache, in the rejection. My love does not waver based on circumstances. I am the God who stays, and I will never abandon you. So come to me in your pain. Rest in my presence. Let my love wash over you and remind you that you are never alone. Rejection may come, but my presence is your constant, your peace, and your assurance that I am working all things for your good. You are loved beyond measure, and my presence will carry you through every trial. As we come to the close of this sacred moment, reflecting on facing rejection, I have chosen you. Let me remind you of the power of my love and my unchanging choice. Just as I chose David when the world overlooked him, just as I called Joseph from a pit of rejection to a place of honor, so too have I chosen you. Though others may reject, dismiss, or overlook you, hear me clearly. I have called you by name, and you are mine. This is not just a truth written in my word, it is my living promise to you today. I see you, I love you, and I have a purpose for you that no one can take away. If today's message has stirred your heart, If you've been reminded of the strength that comes from knowing you are chosen by me, I invite you to stay close. Remain connected with this channel, God's Divine Message, where you will continue to hear my voice and find encouragement. Subscribe, like this message, and share it with those who need to hear that they, too, are chosen. By spreading this message, you help others discover the truth of my love and join a community of faith and hope. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Until we meet again, walk in confidence, knowing you are loved, chosen, and never forsaken by me. Stay tuned for more words of strength and life from my heart to yours. Subscribe, share, and remember, my grace is always with you.